And welcome back to Public Affairs on Peach. Today we're talking about the importance of spaying and neutering your pets. And Angie Woods with US Canine is back here on the show. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
She is the dog whisperer, right?
Yes,
Come
Atlanta,
on.
yeah.
In Atlanta. And she really has showed us some cool stuff. And we want to get into that and
Okay.
housebreaking.
Sure.
I know that all of that's important. But first, if you're going to adopt a dog, you know, what suggestions do you have? It's so
Sure.
hard to make a decision. I think a lot of people just choose based on how cute the
On
pet
how cute
looks.
they are, indeed.
And maybe not what's right for them.
That's
Can you
exactly
talk about
right.
that?
Oh, sure, because most people who come to see me have chosen, I don't want to say the wrong dog, but it's really a mismatch for their family. Okay? So I have three basic criteria: the energy level of the dog, the temperament of the dog, and then your personal lifestyle. And you really need to match those. I put dogs in 4 energy categories: low, medium, high, and very high. And so if you're an active person, you run, you bike, you hike, well, you could probably handle a higher energy dog. You're going to exercise that dog. If you're a sofa spud and want to sit around and read all day, you do not need a German Shorthair Pointer, right? So you need that lazy little Lhasa Apso or Shih Tzu or something in that family. So taking those things into consideration are crucial.
What about the dogs you have here? They look pretty lazy to me.
These are pretty lazy guys, and you know, they're guys and girls. They're older. You know, Toto's 11, and Tiki, we're not sure. I've had her about 1.5 years now, but she's an old lady. So they're easygoing and laid back. These would be great for older, you know, older people even. I'm a big fan of older dogs and older people.
Well, they are fine-looking ladies.
Well, thank you.
And well-behaved here on the show.
Thank you.
So let's talk about something else that's very interesting to me,
Okay.
and I hear about this a lot, and that is housebreaking your pet. But
Yep.
specifically, I want to talk about expectant moms.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, you have a dog and you're going to bring home the baby.
Yep.
They talk about, you know, having a blanket and letting the dog scent be on the blanket,
Yep.
then, you know, or the baby scent, and
Yep.
then introduce it to the dog. What do you suggest when it comes to that?
Well, I'm really into what we would call like natural dogmanship or womanship, and however you want to phrase it. So how would a dog do that? So we're primates, we're human beings, we do things differently. When babies are born with us, we celebrate them and share them. Think about how a mom dog would behave with her babies. Anybody allowed around?
Yeah, no, not
So,
going to happen.
No, and I want the baby to be associated with calmness in the family.
Okay.
So when I bring a new baby into the home, the dog has to be totally calm. And number one, you can't come near the baby for a little while. You can sniff the baby from over there, but this associates the dog with quietness equals the baby, and that way the dog grows up with a feeling this way about the baby. And so then we're not knocking the toddler over when we're up and walking, and we're respectful. But if we come in like we do, you know, when we meet and greet each other, for instance, we celebrate.
Sure.
Dogs don't, okay? So it's all about associations. Dogs are very simple little creatures, even though they're brilliant, but A equals B. So whatever the dog is feeling at this moment, when they're dealing with this thing or environment or whatever the case may be, this is how they're going to remember it, and that's how they're going to associate it. So baby should equal calm.
Okay, so separating them for a little while, right?
Yeah, just making them give a little healthy space, not like separating them from the room, unless of course you have a dog who may be aggressive.
Okay.
Then that would be a different story. But just giving healthy space. When I say that, I mean maybe 8, 10, 12 feet, but wait over there and be quiet. And then ultimately, typically I wait maybe 3, 4 weeks. Then the dog can approach, what I call zero. You know, zero is like Zen.
I see.
And so now the baby is one of the leaders.
So what about diet for dogs? Let's change gears.
Yeah, I have a
here.
medical background, so I'm really, I like to think that I eat well and eat organically and clean, and so I think the dogs should too, you know, only in America, right? But we have great, great dog foods out there. And
What about leftovers off the table? No?
well, there are some healthy leftovers that could be put in the bowl, not fed from the table. But, you know, things like boiled chicken and things like that are perfectly healthy. Some vegetables, you know, carrots and
But
things
won't
like
your
that.
dog beg when you do that?
Oh, not if you don't allow them. There again, healthy space. The boss is
So,
eating. Let's wait
it's
over
one
here.
of these. It's one of these, right?
Yeah, a little bit of one of that. Yes. Yeah, dogs should not be up under your table while
Right.
your family's eating.
Okay.
They should just be respectful.
Okay. Yeah, so I've got to work on my commands here. But these dogs are so calm. I don't really have to do a whole lot. They're
Nope.
sweet dogs here. So what about greeting your pet when you come home from work, long day of work, you know,
Yep.
they are pretty excited and you're pretty worn out. So what do you do?
You are. So this kind of comes back to, do we want to do what's good for us, or do we want to do what's good for the dog? And back to natural dog behavior, how does a dog greet? Right?
Well,
They come
yeah,
and sniff each
excited,
other.
sure.
They're not normally too excited. It depends on whether you have status or not. If you're a higher ranking dog, you kind of come in a little bit like a peacock.
Oh, I see.
If you're a submissive dog, like you've watched Toto be a bit of a weenie, they're going to come in and kind of wiggle and give you a nice little submissive shake.
Sure.
All great. But human beings, again, we celebrate when we meet each other. At the very least, we're going to shake each other's hand and look at each other in the eye. A dog is really more aloof.
Yeah.
And they're quiet in their greeting. You ever had the experience of a dog jumping all over you when you walk in the door?
Right, right.
It's because they've been taught to do that.
Great. Angie Woods, U.S.
Yes.
Canine, awesome stuff.
Thank you.
Hey, remember eye contact. You don't have to talk and, you know, like that. Those commands, right?
It's easy.
This is so simple. All right, stay with us. When we come back, we're going to wrap up our show, Public Affairs on Peach. See you then.